Today, we're gonna go out and look at the yard. This is gonna be the first garden video of this year. We are super excited thinking about the garden. We've actually already ordered all our seeds, which I'll show you here in a little while. Me and Mom even got my pepper plant started over there at her house because she's got really good setup for that, and we don't really have that here yet. And then, what else? What am I forgetting that I was just talking about before I turned the camera on?
Got the solution for hydrant.
Yes, that's going to be awesome. We have a solution to our watering problem that we had last year. That's a big deal. But right now, we're about to walk around the yard and figure out how many more raised beds we need. We actually already got a raised bed, courtesy of Austin. He got it for me for Christmas. You're so sweet. So we're going to show you what that looks like, and then we're going to figure out how many of them we think we could fit in our yard.
Whoa. Hi.
Here's the man for the job.
I'll do it.
That's good, babe. So this come from Lowe's, is that right?
That is correct.
Check it out.
Unboxing video. We're like the cool kids.
Yeah. This looks like it's gonna be hard.
This is heavier than I thought it would be.
Okay, see, that's like a longer version. That's shorter. Okay. Okay. Alright, this is saying configuration, so we could put it any which way we wanted. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. I
guess what we need to do is kind of think about where we plan to put these for what's going to fit.
Right. 2 of these, make it longer like that.
Yeah, like I feel like that's plenty big enough. I mean, just curve the end and go back.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Not really long when you use all these pieces.
Yeah.
Welcome to the trailer park, y'all.
Welcome to the trailer park, that's right.
About like that.
Kind of like we were saying, it's not going to matter how we set these up as far as growing stuff in them. It's going to grow just as good in any shape.
Just how we want to make use of the yard.
Yeah, how we want to make use to maximize the space.
We could skinny it and long it, or short and wide.
Short and wide, yeah.
Either way. And the other thing too is we don't have to use all the parts.
Yeah, that's true.
If we decide we want to make it a little bit smaller and get another one of these, we can
do that too.
Right.
I mean, because this is a ton of, shapes to play with there. It's just something I guess we need to continue to think about. I mainly want to grow most things in this part of the yard here. But to do that, a couple things are going to have to happen. Some of this stuff is going to have to go, and then we're going to have to level out the yard just a little bit. So all this little kind of landscaping that was just here when we bought the house, I don't really care for it anyway, so I'm thinking maybe we can just take all of that out and just have a clean slate right there to work with. So with all this as a blank slate, I think that there will probably be room enough to just, put a bed here, put a bed here, put a bed there, put a bed there. But what we need to do is kind of walk it out and measure it to figure out how many more beds we need. So this is my drawing. As you can see, it's pretty messy. I have not redrew this, but this would be if you were facing our house and looking at the yard the opposite direction from what you just saw in the video. So you can see that I've got kind of 3 beds in here. Now I've even got up front, so this is the road here, up front close to the road. This could be maybe available space for the flowers. And you can see kind of just things that I've X'd out here that we need to get rid of. That apple tree's dead. Lots of these trees are dead there. There's a big stump. There's another stump somewhere. There's the fire pit. So anyways, you can kind of see, you can hear Austin cranking the chainsaw out there probably, but you can see these are just kind of my plans that I'm drawing out and thinking about. One really important thing that we have got to remember is to leave an aisle for a wheelbarrow. So we're going to get mushroom compost, but it's going to be really hard to get in these beds if we don't leave like an aisle here and then an aisle enough between the beds there to get mushroom compost. So that's one thing we definitely are going to have to measure out and make sure that we do. And then someday in the future, I would love to just line everything with rocks. That's not super important right now, maybe even in the next couple years, but I just drew those in there for fun. So I just wanted to show you this so you get just a little bit of a better idea about kind of what we're planning and what we're talking about. Now let's talk about the solution to our water problem last year. This is a solution that Austin so smartly figured out. So we didn't necessarily have a problem last year of watering, but the water hose is on the opposite side of the house where we were growing most of the things, and it was a pain having to fill it just one small watering can at a time and carrying it back and forth. It just got really hard. So what we're gonna do is take this and we're gonna stretch it all the way to this side of the yard, and then we actually got a two-way switch that's over here that Austin can show us. And we already have this hose, and of course we have a regular water hose, but we bought this one because the other one was leaking. And then we're going to take this two-way switch and take that with a hose to the other side of the yard that we're going to be growing in. So I think this is going to make a huge difference because like I said, it was so hard watering last year, just bucket by bucket. It was so hot. It just was tough.
Yeah, it'll be a lot easier than carrying watering buckets all the way across the yard and refilling every 5 seconds.
Yeah, and we can just stand there and spray. And we even tried to look into getting a hydrant put in, and then we realized not only was it going to be expensive, but probably just not going to happen in time this year for this growing season. So it's going to make such a difference to have these water hoses, and that was such a smart idea.
Yeah, should be helpful.
That was good thinking. We had to put this thing up here because Olive kept jumping here, and then one time she actually jumped off the deck to chase a dog, a neighbor dog, which is very embarrassing for me. So we put this up here, but then it collects water and it collects ice there. Just for fun. But now you can see a little bit better what we're talking about as far as the hydrant goes. The water hose is right on the back side of that wall that's facing that way. So if we have the two-way connector, if we still want to grow stuff here in my little herb bed, and up there things really did grow well because they got a lot of sun, then we could just send one hose that way, and then one hose would come all the way this way under the deck somehow, and then feed this whole side. That's going to make it just 100 times easier than last year. When you actually kind of get out and start walking around and planning and visualizing stuff, that's when things really start to make more sense, because now I'm almost even changing my mind from 5 minutes ago. Austin pointed out something really smart. This part of the yard that I'm standing in now, where the railing is, and on down to the kind of tree line there, I think there'll be enough room to put 6 beds there. Instead of having to space them out this way, we can space them out like side to side here, and that'll be way easier because this part of the yard up here is a lot flatter before it slopes down in front of me there. So I don't even know that we would have to remove. That's Olive One, and she's out here. She can see us. She's 3 feet from us, but she has to whine because she's not right on top of us. So I'm not even sure we would have to take the fire pit out. If we didn't want to, we could just leave it because we wouldn't need the space for the bed. So this is good. This is shaping up good. I cannot wait to see these beds out here and have the water hoses in and have stuff growing. It's just going to be so fun. We were coming over here to talk about this other part of the yard, and I found my flowers were coming up. The name escapes me of these flowers, just like I did last time. Something to do with the snow. I'll get the name on the screen, but someone sent these to us from YouTube. Thank you so much, and here they are. They're coming up here and here. I got to get out here and get all the leaves out of the way, but that is so nice, and I think they're a white flower, so they're going to be so pretty all up along this little bank here. This was a tree that I took out last year. So we've got this space, and everything right here grew good last year because it got a lot of sun. So we'll probably just redo these grow bags again, I guess. I really like the grow bags, but they dry out so fast. So I don't know if we would really try to get any kind of other bed here or just do the grow bags. But then we've got our blackberry there. That's another thing we've got to do because we've got blackberries like down there, down there. We got a bunch over there. We need to get those trellis. I think maybe this year we could like cut a cow panel in half or even in half again and trellis those. And then we've got the herb bed here, and it did good last year. Everything pretty much come up in it, and you can see that lavender is basically still alive. So I told Austin what would be nice is just to kind of build it up and get it level kind of more level because it's hard to see on camera, but it's basically like slanted down like this. So maybe we'll just work on that bed and that'll be it for this side of the yard, I think. And that's just a ton of blackberries there. I'm gonna have to get in there and try to thin stuff out. There goes Olive. Running like a maniac.
Hi guys.
Hey baby. And then I want to get kind of just, it's just choked up in here. You can see this is growing all the way out. But then right out there are my blueberry bushes. They were just planted here when we moved in and they didn't bear anything last year. I think maybe they need to be trimmed back. So I'm going to try to figure out what I could do to encourage those to grow. I cannot remember what those are. I'm bad. Those were here just, I don't know, when we moved in. I didn't plant them, but I can't remember if those are irises or what those are starting to come up. It's exciting seeing that beautiful green just popping through all the dead stuff. Cannot wait for spring. That thing's really in there. It's got a root that goes far. Thanks, hon.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That was definitely so easy. Not hard at all.
Another thing that I would like to do is kind of rake the yard and get all the leaves when we do have the raised beds and just put them in the bottom of the raised beds, because we are going to get mushroom compost, but it's expensive and I don't want to have to get more than one load or even half a load to fill all our beds. So we can pack them in with dead leaves that have kind of been decomposing and stuff throughout the winter, and that will be good for the soil, and it might kind of make that compost go further. I can't believe how healthy this lavender is. It's just grown through the winter, even when it's got frosted on, which is awesome. I'm going to harvest them right now to make my cleaner with. I need to do that. I ordered seeds this year from several different companies. I definitely ordered some from Baker Creek. This is a really cool catalog. It's like a rare seed catalog, so there's some very interesting things in there. Southern Exposure Seed Exchange, really nice catalog. Got some things from there. Johnny's, I really hadn't heard of this until this year. Got some stuff from there. And then Seed Savers Exchange. This is really nice as well. So I got kind of a variety of seeds from a few different places. And I'm very excited about my seed case here. This is really just a photo storage case, but my mom uses this, and I know I've seen a lot of other gardeners use this. It's perfect to keep your seeds in. So I had all these seeds, and then I was like, oh, I gotta have something to put them in. So just kind of briefly show you what I've got this year. Got some stinging nettles, St. John's wort. This I'm really excited about. This is kind of a different type of chamomile that's supposed to be easier to grow and more prolific, so that's going to be nice. And I've got the German chamomile, calendula. I actually got some chives, so that's kind of most of my herbs all together there that I got. I got a variety of lettuce, and I'm probably not going to plant all these this year because it's just going to be too much, but I might plant some next year. Got some Sierra, some Paris Island, just different types of kale. That looked like a good lettuce, and it said it takes the heat, which is good. Summertime lettuce, red iceberg, Webb's Wonderful. And they actually included that as a free seed that you can see. So I got a lot of variety as far as greens go. I'm not going to plant them all, but plant some of them this year. What's next? Tomatoes. This is maybe what I'm most excited about. That's a Cherokee Purple. I won't actually plant these seeds because I'll get some starts from my mom that will start them in the greenhouse. Mexico Midget Tomato. It says hundreds. So it's supposed to be very prolific, good for salads. This is one of the things I'm most excited about growing. Blue cream berries. These things look so good. The flavor profile sounded really good, so I'm going to give those a try. We've got black cherry, similar to the Cherokee Purple, so I love tomatoes. I'm going to probably get some sun golds from my mom as well. Really excited about that. We've got some squash, just some early prolific there. This is golden zucchini. I just thought that was beautiful. Of course, we've got Black Beauty there. What else do we got? So here we've got some peppers. That's a purple beauty. I thought that purple was beautiful. We got Carolina Wonder, King of the North, Orange Bell Pepper, Violet Sparkle. Another thing I am super stoked about growing. I've already planted these, already got these started at my mom's house. So after this, when I get done showing you the rest of these seeds, I will show you some footage of that. Cucumbers, Early Fortune, that's National Pickling. And then that is Salt and Pepper. I'm really excited about trying those. Y'all, I went crazy ordering the seeds. This is the first time I've ever really ordered any seeds myself. I did kind of go overboard. These are buncheon onions, deep purple and just kind of a hearty white. So definitely we'll do some of those. I can get that shut. Back here in the back, I've got bok choy. I don't really know that I have enough room to grow that. I've got tons of flowers in there. A really nice YouTube viewer sent a lot to me last year. We got marigolds, bachelor buttons, cosmos, sunflowers, a lot of flowers in there. Definitely try to plant some of those this year. This is also flowers that I ordered this year. Some, let's see, I don't even know how to say that, scabosia or something. Columbine, one of my favorite flowers. Ritro, this one looked really cool. I wish there was a picture on it so you could see it. Celosia, however you say that. It's so pretty. That just looks all furry and cute. This is a beautiful purple morning glory, but look at this. Gomphrena, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. These are gorgeous. Oh gosh, that's a really pretty Xena mix there. And then pansies, wow. And these hollyhocks. I even got some coleus, again, I'm probably saying that wrong. Some pink dandelion, so I don't really know I'm gonna have space and enough bandwidth to plant all of those this year, but I'll plant at least a couple and have some for next year. And then I got some of these. Just found these at Tractor Supply this weekend. I need some of these to, of course, identify what I'm actually gonna be planting. So those are nice. I'm really pleased with all the seeds I've got. I'm excited to plant this year. I did kind of go overboard on buying seeds, but I can kind of see that this will probably be something that I will do forever. I'll probably collect seeds and eventually fill this thing up and even have to start on another one. So today I've got Mom and she's gonna help me plant some peppers. I'm actually gonna start these at her house just because she kind of has a better setup than I do. So we've got to pick what we want to grow. I've got a lot of cool varieties. Carolina Wonder. Purple Beauty. That's so pretty because it's purple. King of the North. This one was supposed to be really good for like cold weather places. And it doesn't get like terribly cold here, but I thought that just looked like a good one. I like the orange. And then this one is what I'm most excited about. Violet Sparkle. This thing is just so cool, and the description made it sound like it would definitely be something that would be good to eat. And I thought that was so beautiful, so I just got really excited about that.
Ooh, that one looks neat.
Pretty cool. I've never seen one like that. So we'll get some of these planted. Mom's got the popsicle sticks, so we know what we're planting, which is smart. I probably would have forgot that. I know. I don't really know that I should plant them all.
So you could do, well, let's start with...
Because how many, I'm trying to like be really mindful this year of how much I'm going to plant based on how much I've got room for.
All right. Kind of looks like Violet Spanker.
Violet Spanker. That's fun. Oh, whoops. Lord.
I'll pick those up for you here.
My bad. I'm trying to like make sure my hand's in the camera and I'm just pouring and not realizing that.
When you start worrying about a camera, it's when things get iffy.
That is true.
Okay.
So we're gonna go just like that.
There you go.
So this is the cool thing about having Mom help me because I'm such a newbie gardener. She can help. I'm just learning so much because I don't even know how like deep to plant
so
these.
It probably tells you 1/4 of an inch, but I just like barely make you a little.
And then just barely push it back over.
Pat it down, yeah.
I don't know if that was deep enough. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Kind of like that.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Okay.
It was the California Wonder
that you did, right? And this is Carolina Wonder, which is interesting. Maybe this time I can pour from this side. Okay. I really do like peppers. I love bell peppers. And last year, some of them I didn't end up using, and I basically let them waste, I'm ashamed to say. But now, this year, what I'm going to do, be more mindful about it, is if I don't use them, you know, fresh, I'm going to freeze them. I'm just going to dice them up and freeze them for, like, soup later.
Yeah, do that. You can make pickles out of them.
Yeah, definitely pickles.
I don't know if you did you like the pickled peppers I made? But Austin loved them.
Austin loved them.
He could love them. You don't want to do 4 of another one or split it up some other way?
Maybe the orange.
Okay.
Since that was a red.
Okay.
The one we just did.
So what's that? I mean, what's the name of it?
Orange. It
just
says
orange. Okay.
Just says orange.
Okay. So you're gonna do? You're gonna do 4 of them. Okay. Yeah, I'm confusing myself now.
It's okay. Let's see. I grab 1 or 2. These little seeds are so small. Hard to tell. Okay. These cells are really nice. They come from Burpee, is that right?
Yeah, well, the brand's Burpee. I found them at Tractor Supply, but you could probably find them online at other places, I'm sure.
Come here, mister. Right, now the question is, I've got 1 left, how to split these up.
Do 2 of each.
Yeah,
that would make it easy, but whatever you think.
I think just 2 of each because I've already got some red, already got some purple, so let's just split them evenly.
Okay, what's that one? King of the North?
King of the North, yeah. This one I was excited about trying.
Let him be. Those first 2.
Yeah.
There. This one, Purple Beauty.
And it's kind of fun for me because I'm such a newbie. I mean, I have grown some stuff last year and through the years at my parents' house and obviously helped them with growing their stuff. But it's kind of fun for me because I'm such a newbie that I'm like trying all this new stuff and...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's different when you're doing it on your own. I helped Granny and Pat my whole life too, but it's more like, here, go do this, go do that, go do this. And you're kind of taking some of it in, but you're not really worrying about it much because you're not doing it. You're not responsible. So once you start being responsible, you learn, it's more interesting. But plus, like you said, you get to try all these varieties.
And yeah, it's like just the stepping off point of trying a bunch of stuff, and it's fun. Yeah. And I mean, since I'm a newbie at this, it's like I don't even really know the difference. And stuff. Now, obviously, I know the difference in like what taste-wise, what I like and what I don't.
As you continue to garden through the years, then you'll get like, oh, that's my favorite, and that, you know.
That was only so-so.
Yeah, and that was only so-so. And you kind of, I guess, dial in the ones that you're always going to grow, and then you might have a little bit of experiment.
Yeah. And it's really interesting, too, to try out different companies' seeds. And I'm pretty much going purely off of what Mom has always used. But Baker Creek is great. Of course, Seed Savers Exchange and Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. So there was so many seeds just between these few companies that, I mean, you could just endlessly buy from them and try new stuff for years and years.
You just want them to be damp and...
They win.
Yeah, that's probably good. We'll keep a good check on them, and you know, they do dry out under the lights, and because they're just in a small container, but we'll just keep a check on them and water them when they need it.
I can't wait to see these babies grow. It's exciting.